All right, let me make sure we're good here.
What they got me listed as?
6'3", 188.
Okay.
Is that accurate?
Yeah, I think I weighed this more than that. I think I actually weighed this more than 188, actually. 6'3", though, they might have gave me an extra inch. I'll take it, though, for sure.
All right.
Huntington.
Yeah, it's Huntingtown, man.
So that's
Oh,
wrong.
you don't need those.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just talk right here.
So I don't need
mind.
these?
You don't need them. If you want them, you can use them. But we are good to go with East Carolina wide receiver Anthony Smith. Alex Harper here in the studio as well as we continue to talk Pirate football. Anthony making sure his measurables are right on the on the roster. I know they'll mess around with those, especially in basketball. In basketball, everybody's listed like 2 inches taller than they actually are. So
I thought that's what they're doing a lot of like recruiting and stuff like that.
Yeah.
People out.
Anthony, let's glad to have you here, man. Let's talk about your background a little bit. Where you from? Where'd you grow up?
I'm from Huntingtown, Maryland. It's a small county. It's probably like 45 minutes outside of like Annapolis, Maryland.
Okay.
But yeah, grew up with a big family. I have 7 brothers and sisters. So it was always eventful, never a dull moment in the house. But it was super fun growing up and stuff like that. So yeah.
All right, Alex, you know what question's coming. I got to ask it. I'm a big Washington Redskins / Commanders fan.
Okay.
Is you got any family, yourself, Commanders fans?
I'm actually a New England Patriots fan.
There ain't no
I'm
more
actually
Commanders
a New
fans
England
living
Patriots.
anymore, man. It's sad. What'd you just jump on with Brady and the crew?
I was on the Brady wagon, man. I was on the Brady wagon.
Well, y'all got some tough times ahead.
Yeah, it's not looking too good.
At least you stayed on after Brady left.
I know, I had to, though. I felt bad. I was really debating on, you know what I'm saying, joining the fan, because all my family is Commanders, Nationals
good,
fans. Yeah,
good.
everybody. So they're all, like, big, like, Commanders fans, but...
Been a rough go. Commanders, Nationals, and Wizards. Not a lot of
action there.
There's a World Series in recent time.
Yeah, it was like, what,
18, 19, something like that.
Okay.
2018, 2019. Anthony, so let's talk about your recruitment. Ended up in the state of North Carolina,
Yes,
but
sir.
what were your options coming out of high school?
Out of high school, I wasn't a very like highly recruited guy coming out of high school. I think I had like 7 offers or so. But NC State was my biggest offer coming out of high school. And then like obviously like once I committed, you know how that goes. Like all like the schools.
Everybody comes after you then.
So like I had like Maryland offer me and stuff like that, but I was already locked in, so I wasn't gonna go on no visits or post any of that. But I had Navy. I think I had Merrimack. Yeah, those are like the 2. UMass. So those are like my top schools, I guess.
Any like military in your family or anything? Like, did you ever consider Navy at all? That was
At the time, my dad's cousin, he was the coach there, Brian Norwood. Yeah, he was the coach there, so he's a DB coach. So they had we knew each other and all that good stuff.
Gotcha. So ended up at NC State and now coming over here to East Carolina. And why the decision to leave state? People leave for different reasons. Can you talk about your reasons?
For me, honestly, it was personally like just the playing time and stuff like that. Like I just wanted to get a little bit more playing time. Like I was still playing at NC State and I was still getting a little bit of bump and stuff like that. But I felt like I wanted to take my game to the next level and that I really could. I had the ability, so I decided to like bet on myself into the transfer portal and see if like. And I didn't really care about going up or down or anything like that. I just
want to get on the field.
I just wanted to play ball, man.
Yeah.
I just wanted to play ball. So ECU came and they had gave me the offer. They were actually like one of the very, very first people who threw me the offer when I was in the portal. I think Coach Rob, like my recruiter, he was like mad at my recruiter because my recruiter didn't tell me. But Coach Rob was like, "I want you to be the I want to be the first school that has like that you put out in the portal and stuff like that." But it just felt like home, man. And obviously like didn't want to be too far away from home and stuff like that still. So I knew the area, NC State and Greenville, aren't very far from each other, probably about an hour 30. So I was always up here into the area, kind of, sort of. So
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, this is definitely the perfect fit for me.
Get closer to the beach. That's
All that
always a
good
good thing. And so far, so good. You,
Yes,
you put
sir.
on a show in the spring game and
Yes,
got
sir.
folks excited. So I don't know. Maybe I enjoy conspiracies, but I almost felt like that was planned. Like, hey, let us throw a few bombs. Let us get the crowd excited. But, man, y'all were moving early in that spring game. That had to feel good for you.
Yeah, man, it did feel real good. I feel like that was like one of the first. Coach Baker kind of said something about it in one of the meetings yesterday that we all felt like it was really like we got to see it all put together, all the hard work we put in the spring and stuff like that. We got to really see it all play out. So it was super good seeing everybody get a taste, everybody like balling out and stuff like that. Everybody get to touch the pill. So it was pretty exciting to see. So.
How about the bond? We've talked to Chase Sowell, one of the returners, the most sure-handed guy coming back from last year. And he said that, you guys were welcomed with open arms. Did you kind of feel that when you came in?
Yeah, absolutely. When I came, obviously, like, transferring isn't the easy thing. It's kind of like going into college for the first time, again, like going somewhere new and stuff. So I didn't really know how the guys are going to react and stuff like that with me coming in. But Coach Rob from the jump was just like, man, I know the guys is going to, like, be cool, man. So, like, when I got in there, everybody is so cool. Everybody's so caring and stuff like that. It's just always good energy, like in the receiver room. Everybody, even on the team in general, though, to be honest, everybody is so just chill and everybody just likes to work. So if you come in and you were one of those people who put your head down and went to work, then they were automatically going to be one of the ones that would like on the team. So
You mentioned Coach Rob. That guy was a stud back in the day. Does he ever teach by example on the practice field?
yeah, sometimes he'll definitely like. One thing I like about Coach Rob that I haven't had in my past like coaching is like he'll want us to do a drill, and everybody be looking at him like because we don't understand, and then he'll go out there and he'll just show you how to do the drill. Okay, I'm like, okay, Coach Rob, you still got it. Okay, I see you. But nah, he was a beast at VTech. So.
Yeah. All he needs to do is throw on his tape, and you guys will respect him.
Doesn't he have like the leading return record or something like that? I think
I know he was a stud. I remember watching.
I think
him
you
play.
should ask him. I think he'd be more than happy to tell you.
You think so?
For sure.
Who are some other guys that caught your eye coming in here at the receiver position? You got a new guy in Winston Wright.
Yeah.
Got the returners with Sowell. Hopefully, Kerry King healthy and ready to go. Who are some of the other guys that have stood out to you?
One of the guys who I kind of like sat back and watched, even though he's like way younger than me, was Chase. Like just watching how Chase like goes through his like motion and stuff like that in the weight room, outside on the practice field. Like I was just kind of watching how he kind of does things, kind of gets the feels for things and stuff. Just from me being new and stuff like that, he's been here. So Chase was like a big guy that I was like watching when I first got here and stuff like that. But Kerry was out there in the spring and stuff like that. But he's coming back now, and I think he looks real good too. So I'm excited to see how he does. Jet Winston, he's a dog, of course. We know how that is. But Jar is one of the big guys who really stuck out to me during the spring because like I didn't really hear too much about Jar coming in. Obviously, I looked up everybody's stats and stuff like that, but like he really wasn't a guy that was like too main concern or anything like that. That I was like, okay, like this guy's a baller. But when I came in here in the spring, he was turning up like every day, making a big play. Like he was going crazy. But like now, like me and Wiz, that's what we call him, Wiz. But now me and Jar are super cool and stuff like that. So like, I'll be talking to him, but like the way that me and him talk, I feel like you can just tell that like his demeanor has changed a little bit. And he's real locked in. He's real focused. So I think he's somebody that y'all really need to watch out for
that
sure.
happens as people get older in general, but football players get more experience. You kind of lock in, focus in, things like that. So Chase was a baseball guy. We just found out Sam Danka played lacrosse, but he got ejected in his first game.
Knowing Sam now, I can see how that could come about.
What other sports did you play growing up? What'd you enjoy doing?
Well, I didn't start playing like actual like organized like serious like sports like high school until my junior year of high school. But I ran track as well.
Yeah.
I tried out for the basketball team. That didn't go well. I got cut from the basketball team.
Dang.
Yeah, that's what I said too, man. I was like,
Got some size on you, man. You must have had some big dudes around you or something.
You feel me? So, but yeah, I did track. I was actually super good at track. My junior year was my first year running track. I was just kind of just in the mix a little bit. Nothing too crazy. Within my senior year, in track, I had kind of like took it serious and stuff like that. That's when I kind of started to like get a little bit of looks from colleges and stuff. So that's when I tried to really go crazy. And I have so right now I have like 2 Maryland State records for track.
Wow.
One's in the 300 and then one's in the 55.
Awesome.
So yeah, I was pretty nice at track. So
are you the fastest receiver in the room?
yes.
Okay.
Yes, I am. Me and Jari be going back and forth all the time, but yes, I feel like I'm the fastest receiver in the room. That's a given, though. You got to bet on yourself.
Sure.
You got to.
I like the confidence, and if it's true, it's true. I mean, you can't. We always with football talk about the 40.
Yeah.
What's your best 40 time?
My best 40 time was a 4.35. I had ran that.
Getting it.
At state last summer or 2 summers ago or something like that. So yeah, I had 4.35 was my fastest like clocked in 40. So I'm definitely sliding.
Alex, I won't ask yours.
Do what?
I won't ask yours.
No, it's not where. My goal is to not be a full second slower than that.
Okay.
So if I could get.
Hey, I bet you can snap the ball faster than Anthony can.
I bet he could.
Everybody do what you do your job.
Cool,
right?
man.
Dude, as long as you're doing
That's awesome. Good for me.
snapping is super hard. Though. My senior year, I was a long snapper, dude. I was horrible.
Another long snapper here.
Dog, dude.
Anthony Smith joining us. So let's talk about the quarterback, something everybody wants to talk about. Catching passes from Caden Hauser, from Jake Garcia, and the young Raheem Jeter. So let's go case by case. First of all, Caden Hauser, what kind of stands out about him as a quarterback?
He's got an absolute cannon. Like, he throws the ball. He can throw the ball, like, the whole field, bro. He can throw the ball for sure. Like, he's super nice. And another thing about Caden is his mental space. He's a dog too. Like he wants it bad. Like even on the practice field. Like I've never seen a QB like really like that intense and take it like actually serious at practice for real. Like that serious. Like he wants it bad. So that's one thing that I see in Caden. That's like wow.
That stood out to me just meeting both Caden and Jake here is like the maturity level kind of the focus, like they take it very serious.
Very serious.
How about Jake? I mean, it's a battle right now.
Yeah,
so what is he doing to stay in the battle?
I think the one thing that Jake is doing to stay in the battle is that he's consistent. He comes out every day. He makes the easy throws that he knows that it's supposed to be made and stuff like that. He comes in, every day he'll make a big play and stuff like that. So I feel like that's his big thing. And then obviously Jake has experience as well. He got a little bit of bump, I'm pretty sure, other places that he came. So yeah, I think that's one of his big things too, is experience. He's super smart, knows what he's doing out there. So yeah.
You said something there, make the easy play, and you want to make that big play over the top, but in a tempo offense like this, hitting those little 6, 11, whatever yards.
Being able to take what's given to you, I feel like is the big thing. And that's what's kind of Coach Baker just like harps on, man. It's just like we got to just be the best at what we do, man. You know what I'm saying? It may be a lot, it may not be a lot, but whatever game plan or whatever they give us, we just got to make sure that we execute it the best. Don't force anything. You know what I'm saying? Let the plays come to you and stuff like that. So,
looking at last year, Anthony, the defense was the strength of this team by far, and you get to go against that defense now.
Yes.
Who are the corners that you like going one-on-one with? Because you got some dogs out there, right?
My favorite to go against would probably be, I'll probably say Dalen, because I know like my weak points in my game and stuff like that, and I feel like Dalen does a pretty good job at exposing them. So like
makes you better.
I like going against Dalen a lot.
Yeah.
But Siobhan was hurt during the spring though, and he's back now. Like he's been doing OTAs with us and stuff. And
He's a
been out
bad
there
dude.
lifting. Oh my gosh. He's like he's a machine, dude. He's a machine.
And as good as the offense looked, from what I understand this spring, Isaiah Brown Murray might have been the team MVP. I understand he had a tremendous spring.
IBM turned up in the spring.
Yeah.
He wasn't a guy that everybody was expecting to turn up in the spring, but he came out and ball. But that's another guy also that I would say that I feel like. But he's also a young guy as well.
Yeah.
I feel like, right? Isn't
Yeah.
he? Yeah, he's also a young guy. So I feel like just getting a little bit of reps last year and stuff like that. I feel like he kind of feels good out there. He kind of knows what he's doing. The game's kind of slowed down for him a little bit. So yeah, I feel like he's gonna be a baller this year for us too.
Anthony Smith in the Pirate Radio Studios, Alex Harper as well. So OTA's coming to an end as far as, I guess, coaches being with you guys.
Yes, sir. Yep.
Do you have a plan in place? Has Caden or Jake or anybody said, hey, when the coaches are gone, this is what we're going to do? Because I know that's important, this offseason quarterback-receiver relationship.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, even right now, we all throw like every Saturday,
right?
Almost. So all the QB, I know Jake and Caden are out there and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He will come out there sometimes and stuff. But all the guys are around each other 24/7, like receivers and QB. So we all have that super, super good connection. But as of right now, I don't even know what we're doing for the player-led OTAs and stuff like that. I know there's going to be a couple of GAs there, I think, or whatever. Just like for like overview, I guess, whatever it's called. But yeah, I don't even know what we're going to do. It's probably going to be similar to what we've been doing, just like a little bit of like teamwork, skelly work, stuff like that. So
we're continuing summer workouts. I know when I transferred here, it was a big wake up call. North Carolina Central.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was a big wake up call going from that strength staff to Coach Big John. How has Coach Big John's program been different from the strength staff that you came from previously?
Ooh, okay. Well, NC State is obviously like a Power 5 school. So like they had like obviously a lot more money, a lot more resources and stuff like that. So like at NC State we had like 6 or 7 like actual strength staff coaches that were just specifically for football. So that'd probably be the main thing that I would say that I see. And then a lot of the stuff at NC State was like mandatory too as well. So they kind of like stayed on top of you a little bit more. Made sure you were getting in the cold tubs and hot tubs, making sure that you were getting recovery and stuff like that. So I feel like that'd probably be the main thing. So yeah, that's probably what I would say. For sure.
Anthony Smith here inside the Pirate Radio Studios. ECU opening up with Norfolk State, and then some home game that Sam and other players have been excited about is Appalachian State on the schedule. How excited is it, Anthony? And you come from, again, a Power 5 school where if you win your games, you'll be in the playoff. East Carolina, it's a little different road. But this year, the top-ranked Group of 5 champion goes to the playoff. So all you got to do is win. You'll be in the college football playoff. But is that, a motivating factor? I know conference championship's a motivating factor. Like, what do you guys talk about the big picture goals like that?
Yeah, we glimpse over them, like very, very seldom. We don't really like spend too much time really focusing on like getting to the championship or winning the conference and stuff like that. Coach Baker, I feel like does a super, super good job at keeping us like focused on the task at hand, like what we're
today
doing right now. Yeah. So yeah, we don't really talk about it too much, but he does hit on that like we're here to turn up. You know what I'm saying? Like we're trying to change this thing around. I think he said there was like 130 college teams or Division I teams or something like that, and we were ranked like 127 or something like that. It was
brutal. It was brutal.
Yeah, so like he'll throw that out there sometimes, and I'll just be like, yeah, man, we just can't do that again. We just can't do that.
So I asked Casey Kelly about that, and I was like, Casey, you weren't here, and he's like, but I'm here now. Yeah. So you know what? I'm going to own it that I'm East Carolina. That happened to East Carolina, and kind of use it as a chip on the shoulder.
Absolutely.
Maybe.
I mean, regardless, I kind of look at it as like, if you see somebody like in the street and they're like, "Oh, what college do you go to?" I go to ECU. They're not asking, "Did you transfer to ECU? Did you do this?"
Right.
They know that you're there right now. So they're like, "Oh yeah, y'all went 1-9 or 2-8 or 2-8 last year." They're not saying like, "Oh, you weren't there" and stuff like that.
Right.
So like, I'm taking it and I'm using it just as much as motivation as the guys who were here last year and experienced it. So like, I'm rocking out with them. You know what I'm saying? Even though I just got here. So.
Anthony, who are your all-time favorite receivers, and who do you like to watch today?
My all-time favorite receivers, I love Deshaun Jackson, just because
speed.
He's so fast, and like it was all like you never knew when he was supposed to play was gonna come from Deshaun Jackson. So I'd probably say he is probably like my all-time favorite receiver. But right now is Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
I feel like we have kind of a similar build. He's fast too. He doesn't do too much on his route, so I feel like I tried to model my game after him a little bit because he's kind of similar build to me.
Yeah, and his like contested catches is insane.
Crazy.
There'll be 7 arms in there, and somehow he comes down.
I remember he made that one catch last year where I think he had like a corner round. He just like stuck his hand up there and he came down with it one hand over like 3 dudes. I'm like, yeah, man.
So I know you don't want to be like typecast or whatever, but like speed is your main weapon, I guess.
Absolutely.
But
absolutely. I mean,
you'll make the intermediate catch. You'll do everything.
I mean, I feel like I can do anything, and I feel like speed for me is the best asset to have because it opens up every route in the route tree. You know what I'm saying? So like, if somebody's scared of speed, then obviously they're gonna play on. If they're not, then it's pretty much at my leisure then at that point. So I feel like speed is definitely like my biggest part of my game, and I've been kind of trying to figure out ways to use it and how to use it in my routes and when not to use it and stuff like that. So yeah.
As a receiver, is it a better feeling to catch, say, like a 70-yard fly route for a touchdown, or is it better to catch a screen pass and get that 70 yards after the catch?
Good question.
And making guys miss.
Question. I don't think I've ever thought about that before. I probably would say it would be better like catching a short pass and taking it all the way to
Get
the
that yak.
zone. Yeah, I feel like it's a lot more eventful. Like it's way more fun to do. You know what I'm saying? Making people miss. You know what I'm saying? So letting people watch you run. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people don't even really catch you running past somebody until you already done caught the ball. You're already in the end zone and stuff like that. So I'd probably say like taking like a slant or like a screen route
to the house.
Yeah, for sure.
Good question, Alex.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Anthony Smith joining us. Anthony, what do you do in your downtime when you get away from the field?
I love to chill with my dog.
What kind of dog you got?
I got a lab retriever. Her name is Pinto.
Okay.
Yes,
I like it.
So I love to chill with her, and then I recently downloaded the game Rainbow Six. I've been watching like a lot of like the YouTubers and stuff and play it.
Tom Clancy or what? Yeah.
I watch a lot of YouTubers play it and stuff like that. So like, let me try it.
Okay.
Been addicted to it. Been addicted to it like the last couple weeks, last couple months. So I'm like, yeah. So that's kind of what I do, just show my dog play the game. So.
What speed will you be in the college football game?
It's going to be so devastating to see. My overall is going to be shot. My speed is going to be shot.
You already know it.
I feel like it's going to be horrible.
Yeah.
So I'm banking on, they're going to put me at like a realistic, maybe like a 72, 73.
Like overall? Or
No,
speed?
speed.
Really?
I think so. I feel like
They just don't know?
Yeah, I feel like there's not a lot of tape of me out there really doing somebody bad. Like, let people see my speed.
All right. Well, we're going to have to work with you on the game.
I know.
But that's coming out next month. You excited, though, to be in a game?
I definitely am excited
That's
to be
cool.
in the game. It's an unreal experience. Like, this is something that, like, you as a kid, you're playing all these games. You're thinking, oh, this is so cool. Even when the first NCAA came out, like, who would have knew that, like, at some point I was going to be in the game and stuff like that. But I just know that, like, when I get the game, I'm going to definitely boost myself up to a 99 for sure. Like,
First things first. I forgot what I was going to ask, Alex. So you
pulled a me.
I pulled a you.
Pulled it Alex, man.
I've done that like twice interviewing people, like mid-sentence, be like, oh, man,
What was I?
forgot what I was going to ask.
You did mention, like, so when did you play organized football for the first time? Was it
my junior year of high school?
Man, that's crazy.
And I was a punter too, which is the crazy part. So I didn't even really play.
You were a snapper and a punter?
Yes.
And now you're
my junior year.
4-3 receiver?
Right, man.
So you didn't play soccer?
No.
So what was the deal? The coach just said, "Hey, can you come punt for us?"
Well, nobody was like punting. Like we didn't have a punter. Like, it was just like obviously who's ever the best athlete kick the farthest. Or whatever. Like obviously like my best friend had ended up like moving with us and stuff, and he was like he played football throughout his whole high school and stuff like that. So when he moved in with us, like he obviously got me back in like playing football. So we both had went in and tried out for the team, and like obviously I made the team because I was just like athletic and stuff like that.
Like we can do something with this guy.
I mean, I still play like flag football and stuff like that.
Okay.
Like like the play 60 stuff.
Yeah.
So I still did that. But yeah, when he came there, he was like, come out for football. So I went out there and they had like a kicking contest if I can kick the furthest or whatever, and I kicked the furthest. So he's like, yeah, you're the punter. So I was like, all right. And then I actually ended up.
And then they're like, maybe we should do something more with this kid, like than punt.
Yeah. So I ended up getting like a little bit of reps that year. but nothing too crazy. And then my senior year, that's when I got the starting job at receiver, and then the rest is history.
That's late. What you said, you were playing other kinds of football, but that's late to get into it to be where you are now. That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
So good for you.
Yes, sir.
All right, well, Anthony, we got let's see, ladies clinic. Sam Danka's welcoming in recruits. He's excited about that. He said he's 4 for 4 on locking down commits.
I think what am I? I think the guy I had hosted last weekend was already committed.
We'll count it.
Yeah, we'll count it. So I think I'm 2 for 2 then. 'Cause I had hosted a couple weeks ago.
Dang, everybody's hosted a recruit. Why don't they ever ask me to host?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I had hosted Bryson, the new QB from Georgia State.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I had hosted him a couple weeks ago.
I've only hosted one recruit my whole college career, and it was at Central, and he didn't commit.
Terrible outcome, man.
You got a bad track record.
Hosting is interesting though, man. I feel like it can be a lot sometimes.
Who kind of showed you around here? Was there any players or?
When I had came here, it's like the transfer portal and like high school visits are a little bit different because the timing of which I came into the transfer portal was different than when high schools go to like visit their schools in the summer and stuff like that. So I think I was visiting like right after the season.
Gotcha.
So that was kind of like a weird period. So there was nothing going on really or anything like that. So I was just with Coach Rob the whole time. He was just showing me around. I had met Raj and Carrie at dinner.
Gotcha.
But nothing really going on out here at that time. So school was out and stuff. So we just all just kind of went back to the hotel and chilled. But I was only here for a day though.
10-4.
Yeah.
I like hearing about everybody else's recruiting experience because I never took a visit
Really?
anywhere.
Yeah.
Even here, they were just like, "Oh, you want to come? All right, there's the report date." I was like, "Thanks, Coach Tesh. Appreciate that."
No wine and dining.
Nothing.
Yeah, my experience is pretty good, like getting recruited here and stuff like that. To be honest, like it was a lot of love, a lot of people surrounding me, telling me like how much they wanted me to come here and stuff like that, and then they showed me and stuff like that how they were gonna use me, which is like
That's big. Yeah. So you're excited to be in this offense,
Yes, sir,
huh?
absolutely.
Yeah, we're excited to see it, man.
man.
Anthony, nice to meet you, man.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir,
you
man.
coming
Appreciate
in.
you guys
Enjoyed
for
it.
having me, man.
And we'll talk to you this fall. Appreciate it. Good luck.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
We'll see y'all 3 o'clock on Pirate Radio Live.